Assalamu alaikum. Hello, welcome. Christopher James from Oryx Consulting. Welcome back to Oryx Talks. Have you ever wondered what I'm going on about when I'm talking about preventative maintenance? Do you ever wonder why you aren't getting the production out of your machinery that you should? Well, if so, stand by, watch this video. So let's roll the intro.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What is preventative maintenance?
Preventative maintenance is the art of fixing something before it becomes a problem. Now, I know that's quite strange or quite a weird concept to most people, but what I mean by this is addressing problems that you know will be an issue down the track. There's a saying that I can't remember where it came from, but it's an absolutely wonderful saying. 5 minutes today is 5 hours tomorrow. What does that mean? If I don't fix something that's a small little problem today and take the 5 minutes, it will more than likely break or blow or rub through or cause some sort of problem tomorrow, and then it will be a major issue taking 5 hours to fix. So preventative maintenance is maintaining something before it breaks, before it becomes an issue, before it stops your machine.
Why is it important?
Extremely important for production. Simple as that. When project managers and estimators and project controllers get together and want to build a project, whatever it may be, but I will use my background in pipeline construction, when they put a piece of machinery down on the paper to say we need X amount of excavators, what they are saying is those excavators will go to work and will work every day. They don't plan in any downtime for maintenance. They don't plan in anything other than it working for the full time, the full amount of hours that they have allocated for the operation of that machine. So if you don't preventative maintain, if you don't fix problems before they become major issues, you have serious downtime. Downtime is something that is not programmed into large cross-country pipelines. I can tell you that from a fact. I don't care how many engineers try and tell me, no, we do. I can tell you they do not. They expect people like myself and the teams that we used to manage to maintain and preventative maintain that equipment. Now, I don't mean the servicing and the regular servicing. This goes without saying. It's all the little things that you don't adjust and you're not keeping in their tolerances. These are the things that will cause big problems down the track. So you need to have a keen eye. You need to address these issues. It is so important for the production of that project and to keep that project on track. Keeping up with production is one thing, it's keeping effective machinery running, and it is honestly the single most important thing, apart from getting the right crew together and the right equipment. It's the single most important thing in keeping your project on track. Preventative maintenance, I cannot stress it enough how important this is for any operation. And I really don't care what you do. If your operation involves around photocopiers, if you don't preventative maintain those photocopiers, you're going to have problems, you're going to have downtime, you're going to have lost production, and all of that at the end of the day turns into lost money and lost profits. Once that horse has bolted, once you've lost that window of opportunity for making your profit out of a job, it's gone. It's gone for the project. Very rarely will you nail it back and claw to try and get back to where you were before. So it is paramount that you get the preventative maintenance right.
What did you do for preventative maintenance when you were a mechanic or as a mechanic?
As a mechanic, one of the best ways that I found to limit the time a machine was stopped during the day so I could go over it and I could visually see it. Probably the first thing I should say is I saw every machine that I was in charge of every day. That is first and foremost. You must keep continually looking at your machines every day. Your operators are a really good source for finding out information. Don't ever be too proud to speak to an operator. And sometimes, yeah, there might be a lot of bullshit that comes out of their mouth from time to time, but as I've found, they get bored. They're sitting in a cab by themselves all day, every day. They love to have a chin wag and love to have a talk. So don't be too proud to speak to an operator, but imperative that you get to every machine every day. Now, what I did, I used to follow the fuel truck. I found this absolutely fantastic, that the machine and the foreman really enjoyed this. We stopped the machine once for the operation of the day, for their regular fueling up. Now, while the fuel truck driver was filling the machine with fuel, I would quickly run around, check everything, check, belts, noises, any hoses rubbing, any wires rubbing, are the tracks cleaned out? Is the operator doing his daily walkarounds and maintenance properly? That's very, very important as well. Just in that 5 minutes that the fuel truck was there fueling up, I was able to get great information. Now, if there was something that needed to be done to that machine, i.e. a fan belt adjustment or something that took a little bit longer, something that maybe took 30 minutes to carry out, I could put it off a little bit. I would carry back and come back at lunchtime or that afternoon, or I would leave earlier the next morning and come and tackle that. That's how I would try and manage any of the downtime of the machine to carry out some regular maintenance on it. Very, very important that the basics are being done. And what I mean by that is that the operators are greasing the machine. Does the operator understand that how important this is and how it makes your life easier? And there's so many more moving cogs to the whole operation that if he's not doing the basics right, it's making your life hard. You can't be everyone's friend all the time. It's very important that you understand your role as a mechanic and understand that the carrying out of preventative maintenance, although you will never get a pat on the back or a thank you or anything like that, that it is the single most important thing, I believe, in the production of any project. So I would follow the fuel truck driver. This also allowed for savings for the fuel truck driver himself. Some of the jobs that we were on in Australia in particular, we would have, I remember Tasmania, we had gates and double gates. We would have a drag steel gate, and then we would have a hot wire on the other side of this. Sometimes to come in maybe 500 meters off an access road to where a machine was, there could be 10, 11, 12 gates in that period, in that area. So with the two trucks traveling together, you were leapfrogging each other all the time, and you were also, it was helping to increase the production of the fuel truck driver as well. So this worked very, very well for me. Now, like I say, if there was something a little bit more urgent and I would have to stay at the machine, well, so be it. That needed to be done because of the 5 minutes today is 5 hours tomorrow. But I would really plan my work that I would be out at any machines before any of the operators got out there on things that were that always needed work, i.e. the trenching crew. There's always hard facing to be done. There is always adjustments to be done to bucket wheels, to chains, to all kinds of things. So I would be at those machines early in the morning or late at night after they finished work. Things like pipe layers, and now I'm going back to the old days with the old mechanical pipe layers. I would come in during a lunchtime period to the lowering in crew, and I would do any of the tail clutch adjustments, any kind of adjustments, lubrications, and the checks that need to be done on those old mechanical booms. I would come in there. So it's really about time management is probably the best way of describing it. Managing your time to limit the machinery stop time. Now, the foreman in cross-country pipelines, the foremen have a foot up their butt all day, every day. They have production targets that they have to meet. I can sit there till I'm blue in the face and tell them that this machine needs to stop because I need to do X, Y, and Z. And if I don't do it and take 1 hour or 2 hours today, it will stop for the next 2 days. They never want to listen to me. They never want to understand this. But again, this does happen. So Once it does, then you get a bit more of a rapport with that foreman. But this takes time to build these relationships so they understand where you're coming from. So I'd like to think over the years I built some pretty good relationships with the operators that I worked with when I was a mechanic and the foreman. And then when I stepped into the supervisory and managing roles, that I had a really good understanding of the foreman that we worked with. More so, they had a great understanding of where we were coming from, that our single most important aspect of what we did on that job was to help keep them productive. So preventative maintenance, it is so important for the production of your project and to keep it on track. Our motto was every machine running every day. Now, we did our utmost to make all of that happen. Did it happen all the time? No. Unfortunately, things happen that are out of your control, but if you manage it the best that you can, then you're going to give yourself the best opportunity for success on your project. So look guys, I really hope that helped you at least understand what I'm talking about when I say preventative maintenance, and why I keep rambling on about it so much, because it seriously is the most important aspect once your job is running, to keep the production up. Thanks again for watching guys, and I hope that's brought some great value to your projects. And again, as always, hit like or subscribe to our channel if you really enjoy what you're seeing and you want to keep updated. Hit that notification bell as well. Thanks guys, thanks for watching.